Good day, dear learners. So today we'll be looking at preparatory exam, Geography Paper 2, concerning rural and urban settlements and economic geography. So question 1, talks about various options are provided as possible answers to the following questions. Choose the correct answer and write only the letter A to D next to the question numbers. Okay. So 1.1.1, they say the main commercial zone of an urban area is of course, that has to be the CBD, which is the central business district. Okay, that's where most of the business activities are taking place. Question 1.1.1.2 says the land use zone is characterized by the most pollution. 1.1.2, the land use zone is characterized by the most pollution. That has to be the industrial zone because there are a lot of industries there that have to be producing too much pollution. 1.1.3, the land use, the Dutch land use is unattractive with high land values. That has to be the zone of transition, which as well we know called zone of decay or the twilight zone. So in that zone, despite the building running down, being unattractive, but it is still very expensive because it is the future expansion of the CBD. 1.1.4, the land value in this land use zone is the cheapest. The cheapest, that has to be the rural urban fringes. But that side, there are not so many activities to make it, or land is not on high demand. So that is why it will be more cheaper. 1.1.5, the land use zone that has the highest building density. Of course, that has to be the central business district, where land is on high demand, which does result into the buildings to be built very tall to accommodate so many functions in the CBD. All right. 1.1.6, a commercial zone situated in the suburbs is known as, that will be the outlying business district situated in the outskirts or in the suburbs. That will be the outlying business district. And 1.1.7, the land use zone where most people live, that will be, of course, the residential zone, because people live in residential areas, which could be the high income, middle income, and low income residential areas. 1.1.8, airports are usually situated in this land use zone. So that has to be the rural urban fringe. Reason being that the urban fringes land is cheap, so they can buy bigger space, and as well, more spaces are available to accommodate the airports or the landing strip. All right, that is for question 1.1. Question 1.2, choose a term from column B that matches a description in column A. 1.2.1, a settlement found in an area where water is scarce. Where water is scarce, that would be a wet point settlement. Wet point settlement. Okay. 1.2.2 unifunctional settlements. Unifunctional settlements, that will be urban settlements, which is A. So this, we say this is supposed to be H, which is the weight point. Then unifunctional, it's going to be A. Because urban settlements, there are various functional activities which could be secondary, tertiary, and quaternary. And when they say, I didn't explain one on anyway, let's go to 1.2.3. Settlements and buildings that are located far apart from each other. That will be F, because they form a dispersed pattern. The actual ground that settlement occupies, that will be B, which is the site. 1.2.5, settlements that are located close to each other, that will be C, which is nucleated. Multifunctional settlements. Oh, I think made a mistake here. Multifunctional settlements are supposed to be A. There are many function active. Then unifunction, what the uni means, one function, which is supposed to be G. Supposed to be G, which is a rural settlement. It's all about that, because unifunctional. And multi means many. So many, including secondary, tertiary, and quaternary. Then uni includes only one, which is primary. So that is why we say to be G, then to be A. 1 to 7, a relationship between a settlement and its surroundings, that is a situation, which is E. Which is A. Okay. Let's proceed to question 1.3. It says, refer to the infographic on South Africa's rural trends from 2009 to 2020 and answer the questions that follow. Okay, so happy they're showing us rural population 2009. I think it has been the rural population. Let's see, this is population. So it has been increasing from 2009, 2010. You can see it is increasing up to 2015, 2016. In 2017, it declined to 2020. Okay. About ghost towns here, and other factors that are given there. Then 1.3.1, they say, define rural depopulation. And as we know, this one refers to the decrease in number or decrease in rural population, or decrease the number of people that live in rural areas. Then 1.3.2, give evidence from the population graph that population is a reality in South Africa. Give evidence that from the graph that the population is a reality in South Africa. Let's go. Rural depopulation. So we can see so 1.3.2, the evidence from the graph. Okay, so you can see 2009 up to 2016, the population was increasing, but then 2017 going to 2020, the road population started to decrease. See, so give evidence that road population is a reality. And you're going to say that from 2017 to 2020, from 2017 to 2020, the population was declining. Okay, so describe the impact of rural population on the economy of rural areas. The impact of when the number of people drop in the rural areas, how does that affect on the economy? As well, if you check on our infograph here, there are some evidences. I think let's try this on our blank page. That's a question 1.33. We could see closing, shops are closing down. Shops are closing down. So that is an impact. What else? Shops are closing down. Don't see evidence of people. Could say ghost towns. Due to many businesses running away. I think as well say poverty will increase due to loss of jobs. Lack of enough labor force, since many are running to cities where they can get better jobs. Also, would say local revenue drops due to fewer businesses. High rate of unemployment. High rate of unemployment. Okay. Let's go to question 1.3.4. In a paragraph, make suggestions to the local government on how to reduce the trend of rural population and explain the impact it will have on the rural economy as indicated in the infograph. Okay. Okay. So make suggestions to the local government on how to reduce the trend that was rural population and explain the impact it will have on the rural economy. as indicated in the infograph. That's one question 1.3.4. I think the government should improve on infrastructures to attract more businesses. Also, create more jobs, get more jobs by establishing industries offer tax incentives to local businesses such as tax holidays. Improve on the services in the rural areas. Attract tourists in the rural areas. By improving the tourist attractions, among other factors. So just to put through them, government should improve on infrastructure such as roads, hospitals, electricity. Now, this will attract more businesses in those areas, which will prevent people from moving away to cities. Also, by introducing or creating more industries in the rural areas, this will create more jobs, which will prevent people to run away from rural areas to cities. Offer tax incentives to local businesses such as tax holidays. So it means that some businesses might be given days where they cannot pay their taxes to SARS. That this could as well enable them to to have more capital to improve on their businesses and improve on the services in the rural areas such as water, electricity, transport, etc. Attract tourists in the rural areas by improving on the tourist attraction. So this as well will improve on the tourist department or tourist attractions, which generates a lot of money to people in such places. We can as well say introduce more recreation activities, introduce more and better recreational activities in rural areas. Okay. So that's for question 1.3. 1.4, they said, refer to the case study on the growth of South African urban settlements below and answer the questions that follow. So Question 1.4.1 says define urbanization. As well, we know it refers urbanization. This is most of the country's population is in cities. So it means that here, most of the country's population is now residing in cities, of course, they're in cities. So give one factor from the case study which indicates why people prefer to live in urban areas. So they say in 1990, 50% of South Africans lived in urban settlements, but a mere 30 years later, more than 60% of South Africans' population lives in cities and towns. The population density within the nation has risen, reaching 46 inhabitants per square kilometer, meaning more people are sharing less space. Many opportunities for work and leisure can be found. I think it's one of the reasons about many opportunities for work and leisure can be found. About urban settlements as well create improve the health, education, activity. Okay, so they say give one factor. We saw about many opportunities which are jobs. So I could say many job opportunities, as well. Improve the health, education, improve the health and education, improve the health, education, and as well leisure. Health, education, leisure. So all these have attracted people to live in urban areas. 1.4.3, according to the case study, rapid urbanization degrades environmental and health conditions. Describe how rapid urbanization results in the degradation of environmental and health conditions. Okay, sorry about that. It's a blank page. So that is question 1.4.3, correct? It's gonna be it here. 1.4.3. So let's do this once again. According to the case study, rapid urbanization degrades environmental and health conditions. Describe how rapid urbanization results in degradation of environmental and health conditions. Start with environmental and see. Rapid urbanization, right? So I could say, remember, when they say rapid urbanization, it's the same as like more and people coming to live in cities. So how is this going to affect the environment? So I could say high population results into high pollution of rivers, air, and land. Right? As well say rapid urbanization rapid urbanization causes many buildings resulting into heat island. So rapid urbanization results into many cars producing too much greenhouse gases, which affect the environment. So that is part of environment. Let's look at the part of the health. About the health, so rapid urbanization could result into high spread of contaminated such as cholera, as we saw in Hamascaral, cholera, COVID-19, etc. It says COVID-19, etc. It also causes stress among people as a result of high temperatures. So among other factors. So just to recap through these points, 143, high population results into high pollution of rivers, because we know when there are so many people like in Johannesburg, this has affected just rivers, whereby most people are now end up polluting into the river, affecting its quality as well. Point to rapid urbanization causes many buildings, resulting into heat islands, because we know the high density of buildings contributes to buildings generating more artificial heat, which results into the temperatures to rise in those particular areas. And as well, number 3, urbanization results into many cars producing too much greenhouse gases, which affect the environment, because we know the more cars on the road as a result of urbanization, the more greenhouse gases are being generated, and this contributes to global warming, urban islands, and as well pollution domes, among others. Then on the part of the health, we could mention rapid urbanization could result into high spread of contaminated diseases such as cholera, COVID-19, etc. It also causes stress among people as a result of high temperatures. We could as well mention about diseases such as diseases such as heat stroke, common in such areas. All right. 1.4.5 evaluate, 1.4.4 explain why the case study refers to Gauteng as the province with the biggest and fastest growing population in South Africa. Okay. So we need to give reason why Gauteng as a province with the biggest and fastest growing population. What is making it so, despite it being the smallest province, but it has the biggest and fastest growing population? So that's what the question wants us to answer. Why is Gauteng the fastest and the biggest growing province? What is causing that? Right. It is 1.4.4. So you could say that Gauteng is strategically accessible by people from other provinces. Okay, can as well say that Gauteng is the economic hub of South Africa. This is where most of the businesses are happening. Gauteng, can as well say Gauteng has well and better infrastructures which attracts many people, among others. Okay. 1.4.5 evaluate the effect of urbanization on the provision of services in Gauteng. How is urbanization going to affect on the provision of services in Gauteng? Say one. Services will be under pressure to meet the demands of the growing population to meet the demands of the growing population. Oh, okay. Excuse me. High population will put strain on Gauteng's budget there will be shortage of service delivery such as water, electricity, education, and health departments. Will be put on much strain, among other factors. So, the effect of urbanization on the provision of services in Gauteng, like I said, the first point, services will be under pressure to meet the demands of the growing population. Because remember, people keep on coming. They keep on coming from different places to Gauteng, and yet these people maybe they were not accommodated for. So it will put more strain on the budget as well. Then number three, there will be a shortage of service delivery, which will be water, electricity, because now let's say they budgeted for 20 million, then due to urbanization, you may find that the million goes up to 40, you see. So there will be shortage to accommodate for each and every one. There will be strain on education and health departments because many school going children or learners are coming from different provinces to Gauteng, and as well going to the Gauteng hospitals. So this is still much strain on the Gauteng government. All right. Question 1.5. For the following infographic on poverty in South Africa, and answer the questions that follow. You can see poverty is easy to see, but less to define or to measure across a city, a province, or a country. Many measures of poverty are based on money, a person's lives on less than a certain threshold of income. They are considered to be living in poverty. All right. So they are showing the degree of poverty in South Africa per province. As you can see, 43, 41, 42, 44. All right. Then at the bottom, they show us the informal settlement. Okay. So question 1.5.1, identify the province in the infographic with the highest poverty rate in South Africa. The province with the highest poverty rate. For this case, I think we are seeing Gauteng as the highest percentage, is 44.1. Yeah, I think that's to be Gauteng, is 44.1. Account for the higher poverty rate in the province identified in question 1.5.1. I think this could be due to the fact that not everyone will find a job there. Not everyone will find employment in Gauteng. Let's check if there's something in the infograph. Not really. Not really. Okay. However, we could as well talk about things, for example, And for question 1.5.1b, high rate of urbanization, versus available jobs. And still, we could as well say lower wages. Some are being paid less money. Okay. For question 1.5.2, they say, give two examples which indicate that people in the photo image of the infographic are living in poverty, People in the photo or image of the infographic are living in poverty. Let's see. What should those people are living in poverty? I think you can see there are no proper services. Look, so you could say no proper services. No proper services. Poor houses. Poor houses. No proper roads. Because we give what we see. There are no proper roads. The houses are poor, as you can see. There are no services. We don't see evidence of electricity. We don't see electric poles. Houses are built of iron sheets. See, as well say houses built of iron sheets, etc. Question 1.5.3, explain how unemployment contributes to poverty in urban areas. Okay, I think we're gonna go to our blank page to see how unemployment contributes to. Okay, let's check 153. So the question says how unemployment contributes to poverty, right? So it means without jobs, you cannot get income. Without jobs, cannot afford better housing. So I can say, so the question once again, how unemployment contributes to poverty. So I could say unemployed people cannot afford to feed themselves. See, so unemployment results results into people not affording basic needs. And necessities. So you see, all this does result being caused as a result of unemployment, among others. Okay, 1.5.4 suggest ways in which the local government responsible for the area in the image above can decrease poverty. So how can the local government decrease poverty in this area? This is question 1.5.4. 1.5.4. One can introduce let's introduce to teach people business skills, start their own businesses. The local government can as well offer loans form of capital, the government can improve service in such areas also pattern them with established businesses to gain skills and knowledge offer them food parcels as to reduce on their social problems. So talk about introduce alcohols. Offer them capital and trading facilities among others. So by doing so, it will assist in helping people in that area that is being pictured above. Okay, let's go to question 2.1, which is about the economic geography of South Africa. 2.1.1, they say a sugar farmer employs laborers to harvest sugar cane. Since this last year, the focus was about sugar cane. So this year, I think the focus is going to change. We won't be doing sugarcane for 2023. However, let's try to go through the question. They say, give one term to describe each of the following economic activities in the sugar industry by choosing a term from the list below. A sugar farmer employs laborers to harvest sugarcane. A sugar farmer employs laborers. That will fall under primary sector. So that will be primary sector. Sugarcane is transported by truck to sugar factory. That is a service which fall under tertiary sector. 2.1.3, sugar is manufactured at a refinery. That is an industry which is secondary sector because they are processing sugar canes into sugar, which is a secondary sector. 2.1.4, an advertising agency is used to design the logo for the packaging of the sugar. An advertising agency is to design a logo. That is a service which as well falls under tertiary sector, offering a service to design. Falls under tertiary sector. 2.1.5. 2.1.5. Sales representatives market the sugar at a retail store. That is as well a service. Because to market, you're just doing a service which falls under tertiary sector. 2.1.6, the sugar is exported to other countries. So the sugar is exported to other countries. Export other countries. I think that falls under tertiary sector, which is a service as well. For 216, that is a tertiary sector. Customers buy sugar online. That is as well a tertiary sector. Preparation of farmland to plant sugar cane. To prepare, that's a service as well, which falls under tertiary. Okay. This year we're not going to do Dube, so we'll leave out that question for Dube. As well, we shall leave out the one of some of the questions are under this. Then we shall do food security. Okay, let's go back. For question 2.2.1, This 2.2 says refer to the infographic on the gold and choose the appropriate in brackets to make the sentence true. Write down only the question numbers 2.2.1 to 2.2.7 and make the correct answer in the answer book. Okay. So the same mining is the largest contributor to the primary sector. That's correct. So know that mining does contribute more compared to farming. The total value of goods and services produced in a country in 1 year is known as, that is GDP. 2.2.3, the Witwatersrand Basin is located in, is in Gauteng, as we know, it's called PWV. 2.2.4, gold mining companies employs unskilled and skilled labor, employ both skilled and unskilled. 2.2.5, the low thermal gradient of South Africa's rock layers, the low thermal reduces the mining costs. It's going to be increases the mining costs. Anglo Gold Kumba combined produced Anglo Kumba combined. Okay, let's see. Six, 5, 6. Anglo. Let's go back to this question here. Someone else add another thought: preparation, farming. I think this has to be primary here, since we are dealing with the with farming. Then, so the representatives marked the sugar at retail. The sugar and the agency is to design. I think 214. Does fall under quaternary sector? Okay, so this would be quaternary sector. Okay. Quaternary sector. All right. So we're going to leave question 2.3 because for 1023 we are not going to do Dube. Then we move to